Good morning, students. Welcome to online classes. So, we are in Periplaneta Americana, cockroach. We are studying the cockroach type study. In animal tissues, we are studying cockroach type study. So, in that type study, we have already discussed about the body form of cockroach, cockroach classification, then where it is living, then body form of cockroach already we discussed in the previous classes. So next, and already we know that the body of cockroach is divisible into the three tagmata. What are they? Head, thorax and abdomen. First tagmata is called head, second tagmata is called thorax, and third tagmata is called abdomen. Okay, so three tagmata are present, which are called head, thorax and abdomen. So first one, head of the cockroach. Head of the cockroach. Head of the cockroach is the first tagmata. It is the first tagmata of cockroach. So head of cockroach is called hypognathous head. Hypognathous head. The head of cockroach is called hypognathous head because head is attaches almost right angles to the body. Okay, almost right angles to the body, which the mouth parts are directed downwards and wider part is directed upwards. Wider part is directed upwards, mouth parts are directed downwards. So it is present like this. So head is present like this, cockroach head. Here wider part of the mouth is directed upwards, head is directed upwards, then mouth parts are directed downwards. This type of arrangement is called hypognathous arrangement, hypognathous head. While it is moving, so with the help of this mouth parts it collects the food materials. So where it attaches to the body, right angles to the body, which the wider part is directed upwards and mouth parts are directed downwards. This type of arrangement is called hypognathous arrangement. So hypognathous head is present. In the cockroach, hypognathous head is present. Cockroach is crawling. When it is crawling, so if any food materials are present, that located with the help of antennae and it catch with the help of mouth. Mouth parts are directed downwards. Wider part is directed upwards, which is called hypognathous head. Hypognathous head. Then what are the structure? What are the parts present in the head? Already we know that total body of cockroach is covering with plates. What are those called? Sclerites. The plates of cockroach are called sclerites. Okay, plates on the body surface, plates are present. First, second, third, like this, all these plates. So some plates also cover the head, which are called sclerites. So these plates are fused to form a capsule. These plates are fused to form a capsule which is called head capsule. Just like helmet, head is covering with many plates. All these plates are fused to form a capsule which is called head capsule. Just like helmet, if we wear a helmet on our head, so same like that plates are present on the surface of the head. So all these plates are fused to form, all these sclerites are fused to form a capsule which is called head capsule. It is called head capsule. Okay. So sclerites. What are the sclerites present in the hypognathous head of the cockroach? So this is the structure. Front view of the cockroach head. Front view, this side. Front view of the cockroach head. Here sclerites, we discussed sclerites are present, plates are present covering the head. So what are the sclerites or what are the plates present which are covering the head? So sclerites, first one is the vertex. This one, vertex. These two are the compound eyes. Top of the head. top of the head between the compound eyes. Top of the head between the compound eyes, there is one segment which is called vertex. Vertex is a plate. Okay, so we are discussing about the sclerites which are covering the head. Top of the head between the compound eyes, there is one segment, one plate which is called vertex. Again, vertex is covering with two plates. Vertex is covering with two plates. Vertex is covering with two plates which are called epicranial plates. Epicranial plates. Vertex is covering with two plates which are called epicranial plates. First one, second one. So these two, first plate, second plate. What is vertex? Top of the head which is present between the compound eyes is called vertex, is a segment. Vertex is covering with two plates which are called epicranial plates. These two epicranial plates are separated or connected by epicranial plate 1, epicranial plate 2. These two are connected. These two are connected by a suture. Suture means nothing but it is a joint, immovable joint. Suture means immovable joint. So one suture that connect the two plates. Okay, the suture name is epicranial suture. Epicranial suture that connect the two epicranial plates. Okay, now where the epicranial plates are present, covering of vertex. Where the vertex is present, top of the head between the compound eyes. Top of the head between the compound eyes, there is vertex. Vertex is covering with two plates called epicranial plates, which are connected by a suture which is called epicranial suture. So this is the first plate or first segment of the head. Next, just below the vertex, there is a large part of the head which is called frons. Frons is the largest segment of the head. Frons is the largest segment. This one is the largest segment of the head, frons. Okay, now then just below the frons, there is one rectangular structure, segment is present which is called clypeus. Okay, rectangular segment, vertex. Below the vertex there is large frons. Frons is the largest part of the head is the frons. Just below the frons, one more segment is present which is called clypeus. Okay, clypeus. So this one is a clypeus. Clypeus is a rectangular plate. It is a rectangular plate. Below the frons, there is a rectangular plate which is called clypeus. Then attaches with the clypeus. So one segment is movably attaches, which is called labrum. Below the clypeus there is labrum. Labrum is also called as upper lip. It is also called as upper lip. Labrum is also called as upper lip. Okay, now try to understand what are the parts which form the head. So front side of the head, it is formed by, so first segment is vertex. Top of the head between the compound eyes is called vertex. Then just below the vertex there is a large part of the head which is called frons. Then below the frons there is rectangular plate called clypeus. Then to the clypeus one movably segment is attaches which is called labrum. Labrum is nothing but upper lip. Here between the frons and clypeus also there is a suture which is called frontoclypeal suture. Where it is present, between the frons and clypeus. Between the frons and clypeus there is a suture which is called frontoclypeal suture. What is the meaning of suture? Suture, it is a joint, immovable joint which connect the two segments. Here this segment, these two segments are connected by a suture which is called frontoclypeal suture. Frons and clypeus are connected by a suture called frontoclypeal suture. Then clypeus and labrum are connected by a suture which is called labroclypeal suture. Okay, labrum and clypeus both are connected by a suture which is called labroclypeal suture. Here sutures are most important. So two epicranial plates are connected by a suture called epicranial suture. Then frons and clypeus are connected by a suture called frontoclypeal suture. Then clypeus and labrum are connected by the labroclypeal suture. So top to bottom segments of the head. Okay, top to bottom. So sequence. Vertex, top of the head. Just below the vertex there is a frons. Below the frons there is a rectangular plate called clypeus. Below the clypeus there is labrum, which is also called as a upper lip. It is also called as upper lip. So top to bottom sequence of the segments. Then sides of the head. Okay, now sides of the head. Sides of the head just below the compound eyes there are zena. Zena, also called as cheek sclerites. Okay, also called as cheek sclerites. Zena, where the zena are present? Zena are present just below the compound eyes. So lateral sides of the head, just below the compound eyes there are two plates which are called zena. So these are the these are the plates which cover the head. Top to bottom, what are the plates? Vertex, frons, clypeus, labrum, and lateral sides of the head below the compound eyes there are zena. Okay, segments. Sequence is most important. Vertex, frons, clypeus, labrum, and lateral sides zena are present. Okay, so this is a front view of the head. Front view of the head that consists this type of sclerites. So this side it consists this type of sclerites. Then back side of the head also, back side of the head. Here back side of the head there is one large opening. Back side of the head there is one large opening which is called occipital foramen. Occipital foramen is an opening. It is an opening of the head which is presented back side. Occipital foramen is also covering with some plates which are called occiput. Okay, occiput that covers the occipital foramen. For example, here nerve cord is present. This nerve cord is entering into head. Then aorta, like heart is entering into head through the aorta. So aorta is passing, trachea, aorta, nerve cords are entering inside into the head through this opening. This opening is called occipital foramen. So we are discussing about the sclerites of the head of cockroach. What are the sclerites? Vertex, frons, clypeus, labrum, zena. Top of the head between the compound eyes there is vertex which is covered with epicranial plates separated by epicranial suture. Frons, largest part of the head. Below the frons there is a clypeus, rectangular plate. Labrum, also called as upper lip. Zena, cheek sclerites. So below the compound eyes there are zena or cheek sclerites. Okay, now sclerites. Next, sense organs. Sense organs which are present in the head. So what are the sense organs? Sense organs are the compound eyes, antennae, simple eyes are the sense organs. Sense organs. So sense organs which are present in the head of cockroach are the first compound eyes. Compound eyes. Okay, compound eyes. One pair of compound eyes are present. One pair of compound eyes are present. Dorsolateral sides. Dorsolateral sides of the head. Dorsal side and lateral sides. Okay, front side, dorsolateral. For example, head is present like this side, this side. Okay, this side and this side, just like car lights. So both the sides, dorsolateral sides of the head, one pair of eyes are present, which are called compound eyes. These two are the compound eyes. Dorsolateral sides of the head, and these eyes are kidney shaped. Kidney shaped eyes are present, which are made up with simple eyes. Which are made up with simple eyes, also called as ommatidia. Simple eyes, also called as ommatidia. One pair of compound eyes are present, dorsolateral sides of the head, which are kidney shaped and that are made up with simple eyes, are ommatidia. Okay. So, what is the function of compound eyes? What is the function of compound eyes? So, function of compound eyes is vision. Okay, vision is a function of compound eyes. Next, second sensory organs are called fenestra or simple eyes. Simple eyes or ocellus. Okay, simple eyes or ocellus. Here, just below the compound eyes. Just below the compound eyes, near to the compound eyes, there are two specks. White color specks are present. Both the sides, two white color specks are present, which are called simple eyes or ocellus. Okay, ocellus or simple eyes or fenestra. So, fenestra are not useful in the vision. So, function of fenestra. What is the function of fenestra? Fenestra that identify the changes in the intensity of light. Intensity of light. If the intensity of light is changes, that can be recognized by this fenestra only, simple eyes. Compound eyes are useful for the vision. Simple eyes are not involving in the vision. What is the function of simple eye or fenestra? Fenestra that identify the changes in the intensity of light only, not useful for the vision. Okay, these two are the sense organs. Compound eyes, one pair of compound eyes are present at dorsolateral sides of the head, and these are kidney shaped, and these are made up with simple eyes. Function is vision. Then fenestra or simple eyes are ocellular spots, where these are present near to the compound eyes. Near to the compound eyes, one pair of ocellus are present, which are not useful for the vision, and they are useful for the changes in the intensity, identifying of changes in the intensity of light. Okay, intensity of light is recognized. Next, third type of organs, sense organs. Next type of sense organs are the antennae. Antennae. Okay, so these are the antennae. Antennae are arising from the frons. What is frons? Largest part of the head is called frons. So, from the lateral sides of the frons, one pair of antennae arises. Antennae are the sensory organs. So, this is antennae, first one, second one, two antennae, which are arising from the frons. These are arising from the frons. So, antennae. Three parts are present in the antennae. The first part, basal part of the antennae is called scape. Then second segment is called pedicel. Pedicel. Next, third one is called flagellum. Okay, now flagellum. Three parts are present in the antennae. First one, basal part is called scape. Basal part. The basal part is called scape. Next, one segmented pedicel. Then multi-segmented. Multi-segmented flagellum. Multi-segmented, many segments are present. Okay, the multi-segmented part of the antennae. What is the multi-segmented part of the antennae? Multi-segmented part of the antennae is the flagellum. Single segment, scape is only one segment, pedicel is only one segment, but flagellum it is many segmented. Okay, the multi-segmented part of the flagella is called, multi-segmented part of the antennae is called flagellum. Okay, antennae. So antennae that consists three parts: scape, pedicel and flagellum. Pedicel and flagellum. Scape, pedicel and flagellum. Three parts are present in the structure of antennae. What is the function of antennae? What is the function of antennae? So function of antennae is olfactory. Olfactory, it identifies the sense of smell and tactile sense of touch. Okay, sense of touch. It locates the food materials. It locates the food materials with the help of the antennae. While it is moving on the ground, so with the help of this antennae only, it locates the food materials. If any food materials or if any objects are present in front of the cockroach, that can be identified with the help of this antennae only. So antennae are useful for sense of smell and also sense of touch. It locates the food materials and also find out the objects. If any objects like walls or chairs, any object is present, that can be identified with the help of these structures only, which are called antennae. Okay, so what are the parts present in the antennae? Antennae that has three parts, which are called scape, pedicel, flagellum. Which part is multi-segmented part of antennae? Flagellum is the multi-segmented part of antennae that consists many segments. And what are the functions of the antennae? Antennae are useful for the sense of smell and also sense of touch, like locate the food materials and locate the objects, location of objects. Okay, so antennae, we are discussing about the sense organs of head. We discussed about the sclerites and discussing about the sense organs of the head. Sense organs, one pair of compound eyes, one pair of simple eyes, one pair of antennae. Compound eyes useful for the vision, then simple eyes not useful for vision, but they identify the changes in the intensity of light. Then third one, antennae. Antennae are useful for location of the food materials and sense of smell. Then other sense organs are the mouth parts. Okay, sense organs are the mouth parts. So mouth parts are useful for the cutting of food materials, like biting and chewing type of food materials. Biting and chewing type of mouth parts are present in the cockroach. Biting and chewing type of mouth parts are present in the cockroach. Then how many segments are present in the cockroach head? We discussed in the previous class. So segments of the cockroach head that consists 6 segments. Head that consists 6 segments. Then how many segments are present in the thorax? Thorax that consists 3 segments. Then abdomen that consists 10 segments. 10 segments are present in the abdomen. So 6 segments are present in the head. 6 segments: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. 6 segments. In this first segment without any appendages, third segment without any appendages. Appendages like mandibles, maxillae, then antennae, all these are called appendages. Okay, the maxillary pulps are the appendages. These appendages are not present in the first segment and third segment. Then second segment. Second segment of the head. Second segment of the head that consists one pair of antennae. One pair of antennae, and already we discussed about the antennae. Antennae are present in the frons, arising from the frons. Okay, multi-segmented part of the head, it is antennae. So third segment without any appendages. Okay, fourth segment that consists one pair of mandibles. One pair of mandibles. Mandibles are useful for the cutting of food materials. Mandibles are useful for the cutting of food materials. Where these are present, attaches to the fourth segment of the head. Fifth segment that consists first maxillae. Fifth segment that consists first maxillae, and sixth segment that consists second maxillae. Sixth segment that consists of second maxillae. Okay, now, so appendages which are present in the 6 segments of the head. First segment without any appendages. Third segment without any appendages. Second segment one pair of appendages which are called antennae. Fourth segment one pair of appendages which are called mandibles, useful for the cutting of food. So these are present like this. These are present like this and useful for the cutting of food materials. Then fifth segment that consists first maxillae, and sixth segment that consists second maxillae. Second maxillae are fused to form the lower lip. Okay, second maxillae are fused to form the lower lip. First maxillae, second maxillae are useful for the prevent the falling of food, that hold the food materials. Mandibles cut the food materials. While cutting, they hold the food materials. First maxillae and second maxillae. So these are the maxillae. They hold the food materials while cutting of food. Okay. So these are the parts which are present in the head. Sense organs. First, sclerites. Sclerites, vertex, frons, then clypeus, labrum, xena are the sclerites. Next, sense organs. Sense organs are compound eyes, simple eyes, antennae. Okay, and then mouth parts. Then segments of the head. 6 segments are present in that first segment and third segment without any appendages. Second segment, one pair of antennae. Fourth, one pair of mandibles. Fifth and sixth, first maxillae and second maxillae. Okay, so all these are the structures which are present in the head of cockroach. Head of cockroach is called hypognathous head because it is attaches almost right angles to the body. Mouth parts are directed downwards and wider part is directed upwards. Okay, wider part is directed upwards. Then one pair of compound eyes are present lateral sides of the head, which are kidney shaped. Then sutures are also present, epicranial suture, then frontoclypeal suture, then labroclypeal suture. Sutures are also present, which separate the 2 segments. Okay, and one more is there in the head, that is mouth parts of the head, mouth parts of cockroach. Which type of mouth parts are present? Biting and chewing type of mouth parts are present in the cockroach. So about biting and chewing type of mouth parts we will discuss in the next class. Okay, na? Thank you.